The maid was folding clothes when the mistress came and said, "How long have you been doing just this? Hurry up and hang them like this." Then the mistress quickly hung all the clothes on the stand and said, "See? I gathered them all in no time. You go do some other work. I'll finish this." The maid quietly left, and the mistress started hanging the clothes herself. The maid was sweeping the kitchen when the arrogant mistress came again and said, "How long have you been sweeping here? That's enough." She snatched the broom from her and said, "What kind of lazy sweeping is this? Are you a patient or something?" The maid replied softly, "I'm just trying to clean things properly." The proud mistress said, "You don't even know how to work properly." Then, opening the fridge, she added, "Look, it's still full of stuff. You haven't cleaned this yet either. Go do something else. I'll clean this fridge myself." The maid left quietly, and the mistress began cleaning the fridge. The maid said to herself, "No matter how much work I do in this house, she's never happy with me. I don't even know how to please her anymore." And she went back to work. Later the maid was cleaning the table when the cunning mistress came again and said, "You're still cleaning this table?" She took the cloth from the maid and said, "This is how it's done. And look at this tiny rag. If you'd used a proper cloth, it would have been much quicker." The maid sighed and said, "Whatever I do, you always find fault with it. At my age, I'm doing all the work I can. Tell me, how can I ever make you happy?" The arrogant mistress replied, "I want every task in this house done perfectly." The maid said, "That's exactly what I try to do." The deceitful mistress snapped, "No one works like you. You take hours for a single chore. Go do something else. I'll clean this chair myself." The maid quietly walked away, and the mistress started cleaning the chair. After finishing all the housework herself, the mistress sat down on the sofa and complained, "Today, the maid has crossed all limits." Just then, the maid came in and said, "I've completed all the household chores." The mistress said, "Come here, sit down." The maid sat beside her. The arrogant mistress said, "You make me do half of the housework myself. Sometimes one task is unfinished, sometimes another. What do you even take your salary for? If you can't manage housework, tell me so I can hire someone else." The maid replied, "I do everything, from your meals to cleaning the whole house. And yet, you keep interfering, saying I didn't do this or left that unfinished, and then you start doing the work your own way. What am I supposed to do then?" The proud mistress said, "I cook the food myself and end up doing the rest of the chores too." The maid stood up and said, "If you do all the housework yourself, then what am I even doing here? I'd better leave." She took off her apron, handed it back to the mistress, and said, "Here, keep this and do your own housework." The arrogant mistress said, "Fine, get out of here," and the maid walked away. So viewers, tell us in the comments, did the maid do the right things with mistress? If you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share it.